time or more register a year NIA cards no ye busa Akwa Afrifa say o personal primary number ye den na mabɔ me personal primary number ama no ana wo secondary number ye den no aba ama no enti NIA document no NIA records Okatakyie Afrifa number ye nim de ye Okatakyie Afrifa number tie de kai it is some George kwaji the data from NIA na say nye sika ni procurement wo bepe bi adie na so the ba NCA the only thing he has to do is now to create an app. If it's a meno say yaju din da yaju fingerprint is with a year NIA data. So there is no point having to go and queue and give the state another a year the same process and the same information which has already been given to the state through a year NIA. So your phone number, your biometrics, your facial data, your digital identity footprint, and when we have useless people in positions of power who have very little or next to nothing about how governance works, common sense does not prevail because the only thing that drives them is money, procurement, nothing more, nothing less. Some judges say, a lie. NIA or records in the United States was a lie. It is a verification of person we are, and we are simple. America form for microphone ko jina sunu muso mun kwasaka line kwaya SIM card registration. The other is obe create app. You betimi download the app no we phone so. Na sa app no wo betimi you uko process no na ka kire say NIA data ni yewo say yewo Okatakyie Afrifa na number last number 61 yewo dia. Eti twa wanim, wo de ade ne hwe wanim a na etwa wo smartphone etwa krew no upload it. Yes, it twa biometrics for the show on saswa na etwa no upload it. Who we are, yes, ebia wo Ghana card no upload it chire ni animu you upload it just so you can marry it and verify your data. And stop this useless process more di nipa be famo ema manfo ehun be yira all in the name of SIM card registration. What kind of useless governance is this? Common sense is not supposed to be a crime, but it looks like this government is losing common sense. Why must the poor people lose daily wages simply because of SIM card registration? One. Why must market women, drivers, students go and queue in long hours just to go undergo a SIM card registration? What kind of useless governance is this? What useless of a governance is this? Governance the technology my man for no tom, the technology and my man for no when you when you about bonnie when you trim or be in trouble at your dinty on yet. Say, I haven't said SIM card registration. I've said registration. Wait your registration again. In any case, so person Obayana Eslusu and marry the data at NCA to NIA. The ayadije dano sinking. Data is sitting on NIA can I say service. Data na eslusu jiji unless you are telling us that eslusu data na wajiji it is not sitting on NIA service. If it is sitting on NIA service, just sync it to the NCA service, sync it with the NIA document and stop this nonsense of having to put the people through the same process because what kind of other common sense, afahin? Some George, common sense. Systems are supposed to make life more simpler for people. It's NIA database, it makes citizenship, it makes voter eligibility, it makes passport issuance. The moment it do SIM card registration, we cannot use it. What nonsense of a minister is this? Munshia de mo bonin the woman procurement in what are they? Procurement, it's much mean you swag in my mouth for no tomo. Oba the slow Suji is sitting on the service of NC. It is a slow and go a step further by marrying those data to that of a DNI. Just go ahead and marry them and stop putting the people under unnecessary pressure. Oh, now no SIM card registration. What's your solution here? This is what you said.
Take, for example, if you are saying that the last registration that was done, that's the argument of the ministry, that some people use fraudulent national ID cards to register their SIM cards. That should not mean that all 32 million active SIM card holders in Ghana today, or all 32 million active SIM cards, the holders must go through a re-registration. Identify those whose cards are fraudulent, because you can do that using the Ghana card registration database, the NIA database. You can do that using the EC voter database. You do that using the SNIT database.
Fraudulent. Near your monk. And still, you can use it using the NIA database. You can use it using the voter registration database. You can use it using the and so by any the OCS and go through the same process because our procurement. What? I would them the one in Kokura for befa a harmono. But you are
database. These are, and even the national health insurance, these are all biometric databases that we are synchronizing in the country. So you can do a cleanup of that data.
So when you say about me a cleanup, we're using DVLA, using NIA database, using this, using that. And yet we should undergo another hot scorching sun, another scorching sun to go and do another process.
Many months later.
Mr. Speaker, one of the key things that we need to do, which I stated emphatically during my vetting, was a proper SIM re-registration. And we don't need to do just a SIM re-registration. We need to do a central equipment identity.
So in one breath, a SIM re-registration.
And so let me just segue here. We're going to do the SIM registration. I didn't say re-registration. I said SIM registration.
Some George said,
this is the first time.
Of the ministry that some people use fraud at all 32 million active SIM card holders. That should not mean that all 32 million active SIM card holders in Ghana today, or all 32 million active SIM cards, the holders must go through a re-registration. Identify those whose cards are fraudulent, because you can do that using the Ghana card registration database, the NIA database. You can do that using the EC voter database. You do that using the SNIT database, and do that using the DVLA database. And even the national health insurance, these are all biometric databases that we are synchronizing in the country. So you can do a cleanup of that data.
Many months later.
Mr. Speaker, one of the key things that we need to do, which I stated emphatically during my vetting, was a proper SIM re-registration. And we don't need to do just a SIM re-registration. We need to do a central equipment identity register.
Well, semantics. Get the hell out. You are using semantics to deceive the people. And that is how come I get so angry and furious, and sometimes I go overboard. Because when clearly you can tell that the organized economic crime, a group of people, are using semantics to deceive the masses. It infuriates me. It gets me angry. In one breath, we are not doing re-registration. We are doing registration. Mr. Speaker, we need to do some re-registration. Mr. Speaker, we don't need to do. We can do a cleanup by synchronizing the database of NIA passport. Utika kraka semedie. One day, no re-registration. The next day, re-registration. The SIM card, some you take a cracker, some idea. What else need mechi? Just how the man for never for trouble, allow let them live their life and stop this nonsense of why do you guys continuously use Ade? Omi asun kwa didi wate. Omi asun enkwa didi.